Guys, welcome back to my channel for another video. Today I'm sitting down to give you guys my very first homeschooling update of this new school year. This is the Q1 homeschooling update. If you are new to my channel, for years and years and years, I have done quarter homeschooling updates. We do our school year organized by quarters. So about every 9 weeks, I get on and kind of share whatever updates are coming to mind at that point, to just have a homeschool mom chat, to share if I make any changes, to share some things that I've been working on and what we've been enjoying, and just give you guys a little bit of a glimpse into our homeschool life. And I do want to thank Night Zookeeper for sponsoring this video. So I grabbed a coffee. This is a pumpkin spice oat milk latte, half sweet, from a new coffee place. I don't know if these are in your guys' areas, but this is called Better Buzz Coffee Roasters, and it has a little cute bumblebee, and it's so good. This is a really good coffee. So yeah, I have that here, and I have my planner next to me so that we can chat about Q1. I can't believe we're already a quarter of the way into our school year, but I also kind of can because this year was the latest start of our homeschool year we've ever had. So I'm going to chat with you guys for a little bit about all things homeschool in Q1. So if you guys have never heard about Night Zookeeper before, let me be the one that introduces you to them. They are an award-winning creative writing platform for kids ages 5 through 12. And I have been partnered up with Night Zookeeper at this point for more years than I can remember. Years and years ago, I discovered them in my own homeschooling journey when I really wanted and needed something that was going to allow me to work with my other kids at the same time, while my other children could be reinforcing concepts that I was working so hard on homeschooling with them. I was and am super choosy about the way my kids use screen time, but even more so when they were younger. And so finding something that was amazing for their writing skills, that reinforced creativity, that was a ton of fun, and also had such high educational value was just honestly an answer to prayer. Homeschooling lots of little kids can be very difficult. If you're doing it, you know that. Everybody needs you for everything. And so I really needed to find ways that they could be utilizing time, reinforcing, or even helping them with a skill for schooling while I was working with their siblings. And so Night Zookeeper was a huge part of our homeschool for many years. My oldest daughter, who is now in college, all the way down to my youngest daughter, who's in the 8th grade now, has spent many years and much time on Night Zookeeper. There are a ton of games on there that will help reinforce grammar, spelling, punctuation, varying sentence structure, typing and computer literacy, as well as just creativity in their writing. They can even submit different writings and get feedback on it from someone else. They can write about things and make them come to life. And so it's just an amazing resource. So if you guys want to check out Night Zookeeper, I'll have a link down below. The link is going to get you 50% off of your subscription plus a 7-day free trial to check it out for yourself. And they do have multi-sibling discount plans. So if you've got more than one child, that way their progress can be individually tracked. It is so much fun, and your kids will absolutely love it, and you will too. It's a great use of screen time if you are someone who is mindful of that. So if you want to check out Night Zookeeper, there's no code. It's just the link, and it'll be down below. And thank you, Night Zookeeper, for continuing to sponsor my channel. All right, so let me back it all the way up to the first day of school. If you had been watching my vlogs and my day in the lives, I touch on this a lot, but I actually was pretty sick on the first day of school, and then it went through our whole house. And so we actually, looking back, had a really difficult start to our school year health-wise. I can't really recall another time where that had happened. And so that was a challenge, but we persevered. I I had to be very flexible and relaxed and just kind of like, well, if such and such isn't feeling good today, then it'll just be us two, you know? And so I just had to let it go. And I honestly, at the beginning, it was me that was not feeling great. So that part of our school year was a little bit tough to start that way. However, the Lord sustained me and got me through it. So thankful for that. We did start on the second week of September, and I did that because my oldest daughter, who graduated last year, was beginning her college classes that day. And I don't talk about my kids' personal lives and things like that on my channel, but there has been a bit of confusion. So I wanted to kind of just say this here for anyone who's been kind of confused. So my daughter, her junior and senior year of high school, did dual enrollment with Grand Canyon University, which is based in Phoenix, but they have satellite campuses for certain degree programs all around the country. So she is right now still living at home as a full-time nursing student because she is finishing up essentially her last year of required classes before she gets into the clinical portion of her nursing program. So she's taking classes like organic chemistry, anatomy and physiology 2, what are some other nursing specific classes. So in high school, she got most all of the prerequisites out of the way, and she did amazing. So if my daughter were to be in a traditional college setting, let's say she was living in Phoenix, Arizona and going to GCU in person, she would be the youngest kid in her classes by far, because she's taking classes right now that would typically be a third year nursing student's class. So we're talking about like a junior year in college type thing. But for now, she is living at home, taking those classes and continuing forward with her plans to becoming a nurse. So she did not move away yet. So anyway, I wanted to line everybody up to start back to school that way, and I'm glad that I did. So that was kind of the way the school year started. I already did another video on my yeses and nos for this school year. So if you want to go watch that video is specific about things that I added to our homeschool and things that I took away. And this year, I feel like I did make a lot more changes than I have in many years. And that video kind of talks about why. So at the kickoff of our school year, I knew we were going to be doing a lot more things. And so far that has been good. It has been a positive change. I was obviously very concerned with how my heart was going to hold up to just having the school table be with my 3 now, with my daughter not being a part of that. And so far, I honestly have done okay with it. We are figuring things out, she's figuring things out, but I didn't want her to have to operate on our schedule because our schedule doesn't operate well for what she needs to be doing in her life. Like, she goes to work sometimes in the middle of the day, and so she needs to get all of her college work done in the morning. So it wasn't wise for me to say, come sit with us and do Bible study at 9 o'clock. She might already be 2 hours into her school day by that point. So she has not came and sat with us. It has been a noticeable change, but it's been a good one. And I, thank you, Jesus, have not cried. I really haven't. I spent so much of last year crying and grieving her graduating and just being so sad at the end of the chapter of all 4 of them, that I really this summer spent so much time asking God to give me strength, to give me the grace and mercy that I need to do this year well. And praise the Lord, He has answered my prayers, because last year I really, really struggled. And I knew, if you don't know this, I have another senior this year. I knew that I could not go through another year like I did last year, but I didn't know how to make it any better or different. And so I just was asking God, and I'm so thankful so far. I have done well, even though my son is a senior. So speaking of my seniors, my son, my oldest boy, is a senior this year. He is 17 and he'll turn 18 in June, right after he graduates. I have ordered his cap and gown, so we've done that. He went with an all black cap and gown, and his tassel is black and red. I let my daughter choose hers, and she chose her favorite color, which was like this light blue color. And I find it hilarious that my son wanted black, whatever. So he chose black. We have the graduation date already set with our homeschool group. That is for the ceremony, and then we did that last year with my daughter, and it was a beautiful night. And then we did a party for her on our own time and on our own terms. My son has already voiced and expressed not really wanting to do a party, but we are absolutely going to be celebrating him. So we will probably end up doing like more of a dinner or something like that with close family and friends. So yeah, just the difference in the two kids, the difference in their personalities, the differences in what color cap and gown they want, the differences in how they're feeling about being seniors, like they're very different. And so it's been interesting to have just done it with my daughter, and now like going through it, you think it would be easier because I kind of know what to expect. Not fully true, because you get a different kid and they have fully different things. On the note of that though, Jake and I, my husband and I, we want to gift our kids a senior trip. And so we had been trying to figure out where he wanted to go. And his first choice was he wants to go to Japan, but that just was a little bit out of the budget and a little bit out of the realm of doability, for a lack of a better word. So we did find something he is super excited about, and so we have that booked. So we booked the senior trip, we got the cap and the gown, the graduation date is set, and that is where we're at with all of that. On the note of that though, with my senior, we began with his first top two choices for plans following high school. And he was accepted to, at the point of this video, he was accepted to the Master's University, which is the school that John MacArthur, who has since gone home to be with the Lord, was the chancellor of and the president of, and it's just an incredible place. So he got accepted there, which is amazing. We got the letter, and the letter actually showed up while I was in Texas at Share the Arrows with my oldest daughter, and my husband just like ripped into it. And so I wasn't here for that. I kind of wish I was, but anyway, he got accepted, so that's really exciting. So now we're going through the process of looking for grants. Well, we won't qualify for any federal grants, but like the Masters has a lot of very generous donors, and there's different things that you can do based on your SAT scores and GPA and all of that to see what you qualify for to help you with the cost. So the jury is still out on if he will 100% be able to go there, but that was his first choice. It was the first choice if we could choose as well for him, for my husband and I, but the pricing is the rough part. And so we're just praying that the Lord would open doors for provision, and we probably won't know on some of those things until around February timeframe. So we're going to just keep moving forward with that plan and trusting and having faith and hoping and praying that he gets chosen for like one of the high awards that the school can give, and we'll see how that all falls. But it was a very exciting day, and I'm really excited to share with you guys, for many of you who have followed along with my family for so many years in my homeschooling journey, to now tell you that 2 of my children have been accepted into college. And I shared a post about this on Instagram, but I feel like it's important to say it here too, in case you guys don't watch over there or follow over there. that college acceptance isn't like the validation of like a job well done for homeschooling, because my focus has always been, not to be cliche, but heaven and not Harvard, right? But there is a satisfaction that comes when you put your whole heart and soul into something for so many years and you homeschool for the Lord's glory, but also with diligence and self-discipline, and to see the fruit of that is very exciting and something that I'm just super thankful for. So it's not that him getting in is like validation that I did a good job homeschooling, because I know that I did, no matter what happens, because I did it unto the glory of the Lord. But at the same time, obviously as a mom, and for him, very exciting for him. So I wanted to share that with you guys. On the note of that, I mentioned Share the Arrows. So this has nothing to do with homeschooling, but I did go to Share the Arrows with my daughter, my oldest daughter, who's 18, and it was a really nice time to spend time with her. Like I said, transitioning out of being together pretty much 24/7, obviously less as she got older, right? Got a job, was driving. I was not with her 24/7, but you get what I'm saying. Like transitioning out of that to go from being together a lot to a lot less has been hard on both of us. And so it was a really nice time of reconnection with her. And those were the only days that I took off of school myself for the first 9 weeks. Jake filled in for me those days, and so the kids were still doing school and doing all their things, but I was not here, obviously. But we took no time off in the first 9 weeks of school, and that's because I think I'm going to take the majority of December off. I've never really done that, but like I've always taken a week or two for Christmas, but I think I might actually take the entire month of December off. And so I wanted to get a really strong start. Plus I felt like we were a little later in the year. And so we haven't taken any time off of school. Just now at this point, I'm starting to feel like we could use a break. So I think it will come at just the right time. Along with that, I mentioned in my yeses and nos video that we were going to be much more aware and diligent in doing things with our church homeschool group. And so far, since the start of the school year until the point that I am filming this, we have held up with that. So we did like a meet and greet at a new like boba tea house. That was a lot of fun. So I share these to just give you guys ideas if you need to get a few homeschool friends together. We also did a game night and dinner at someone's house, and then next month I'm hosting it at my house. So I think there were around 20 kids that came, so it was a pretty good turnout. We did a outdoor like scavenger hunt on teams. There was like high school level, middle school, and then elementary school level. So we did do that. And what else? Obviously Bible studies. The girls' Bible study my daughter's in, the boys' Bible study my boys are in. We did that. My friend and I shared about this on Instagram as well. And if you're not following me over there, you should be, because that's where I share more like daily stuff. But we got our girls together who were both using Apologia General Science to do some experiments together. And so that was a ton of fun for them. So, those are some of the activities and events as far as homeschooling goes that we've done this quarter. We have not done any like specific field trips, but we did do like a fall camping weekend in Duck Creek, Utah. So that was like a really nice time of nature and nature study and just being out in the Lord's creation. And so yeah, it has been a good start to our school year. My son, who is a senior, has a very light load this year, But he's worked hard and he has earned that. My son, who is in the 10th grade, is having a very hard time with his brother having such a light load, but I remind him constantly that he will be in the same position if he puts in the work now. And my daughter, who is in 8th grade, it has just been a really solid start with her this year. I made some changes with regards to curriculum for her. And so, for example, history with her is just something her and I are doing together one-on-one. And so for years and years and years, I taught history at the beginning of our homeschool day, but now I moved it up to the end. So it's just something her and I are doing. And the weather's been beautiful. So we've been taking the history into the backyard, doing it together. And it's been really nice to just have that one-on-one time with her. She, as the youngest, was always tagging along for the older siblings. And so now I feel like it's her turn to get like full one-on-one teaching. And so that's been really fun. The other day, her and I went to a coffee shop with our watercoloring books and we watercolored together. I was so proud of myself, honestly, because I am not very good at painting, but I liked how my watercolor turned out. And it was really fun to do that with her. Again, just because last year, with all of the emotions of my oldest daughter graduating and some personal self-reflection, I just recognized that I needed to have things in my life and in my days that were out of the norm and just joyful things. And so spending time with my kids in those unique ways is something that my heart loves, and so why not do it more? So that's just one example, but we did get around to doing that, so that was really nice. So as far as curriculum goes, you guys, everything I've chosen this year has been great. Very happy with the changes that I made with regards to bringing in Apologia General Science, and I talked about this in A Day in the Life, but I'm really happy with that. The Good and the Beautiful History Year 1, really happy with that for her. Pre-algebra from The Good and the Beautiful, really happy that I stuck with that for her. And everything else is pretty much the same for my boys and just kind of what I've always done. And so all the curriculum is going well. My son, who's in the 10th grade, is using VJU Biology because I love it, but they did recently update it to the 6th edition, I believe, and so the videos are brand new. It's a new teacher. My older two kids were bummed that their brother wasn't going to get to have the same teacher for biology because they really loved it, but it was probably due for an update, and so that is going really well. So all in all, our year is off to a good start. I hope you guys enjoyed hearing me chat about it. If you have any specific questions with regards to our homeschool or anything, you can leave them down below and I will do my best to get back to you. Please give this video a thumbs up if you were happy to see a Q1 homeschooling update on my channel and you'd like me to continue to make them. I've done it for years. And don't forget to check out the links to Night Zookeeper. Those will be down below for you guys. And I will see you all again very soon. Bye, friends.